Good morning, guys. Welcome back to the vlog. When I remember growing up on weekend mornings, there are two things that I look forward to. That was cartoons and cereal. And what has been an issue in my health journey is, in trying to find conversions of things that can kind of still be familiar and like my own little comfort, but at the same time being healthier. Cereal has been a challenge. So I'm not really the bran flake, type of person. My favorite cereals was Frosted Flakes, Apple Jacks, and it was the same cereal, but it was two different brands. It was Honey Smacks and Golden Crisp. But I have lately found that there is a recipe that you can make, your own cereal. I tried some other cereals, kind of like the Three Wishes and the Magic Spoon. And the thing about it is, it has a good enough flavor, which you already know is not going to taste the same as regular cereals. But the texture is the issue. It's a bit of a, not that I've ever eaten styrofoam, but it's a styrofoamy like texture to the cereal that just ain't cutting it for me, and I'm one of these people, like, if I can't find a suitable conversion for something, I'm not having it at all. So, here we go in the cozy season. We're, coming to the holidays, and, I just like a bowl of cereal on a weekend morning. That would be nice. So I found this recipe, which is a dupe for Honey Smacks / Golden Crisp. And these are Kamut, Kamut cereal. It's a puff wheat. It's the exact same thing as the Honey Smacks Golden Crisp. It comes in a bag, so I'll put it here and I'll link it below because I got it on Amazon and I got 3 bags in my order. So I just decanted it and put it in a vacuum seal to preserve it. So what we're going to do is we are going to make our own Honey Smacks. This can be for a family. It can be for an individual. However much you want to make. We'll go through the recipe and then we'll have cereal that I'll put, in a jar to have whenever I want to. And you'll know what's in it and it'll be cost effective. So, there we go. I vacuum sealed. You heard that, right? Beautiful. Okay, so what we're going to use, I think we'll start with we'll see. I think about 2 cups we'll start with. What I want to do is I put this baking sheet down with the parchment paper. I'm going to put it down and roast it in the oven for a few minutes just to get it warm. Then we'll mix up our syrup that's going to coat the cereal, and we'll put that back. We'll coat that on the sheet and put it back in the oven. This should take all of maybe 20-25 minutes. You want to put the oven on 300 and we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited about this. And trust me, when I bagged it, I already had it smells the same as Golden Crisp, the cereal itself. And it tastes the same too. It's just missing that sweet component. However we decide to do that. But I'm going to show you. All right. So let me just spread that out to see what this is looking like. Maybe I should do a third cup. So we'll have 3 cups of this toasted and at the ready. So yeah, I never was like a Fruity Pebbles, fruity anything, chocolate. I didn't do all that in my cereal. I was very, and I still am, I'm a very simplistic person. Just as long as you have a little bit of sweetness. I even like honeycomb. Honeycomb just gives you enough sweetness to your cereal. That's all you really need. And with the Kellogg's boycott that's been happening, I really am appreciating this movement of people finally really scrutinizing what is in our cereals based on, like, even in comparison to like the UK or Canada. Like the stuff that's in American cereals, American food, period, is just unnecessary and excessive. And it's not doing anything to help us at all. So the whole boycotting Kellogg thing is really refreshing to see. And I hope to see some good, I hope to see something good come from that. They've already started pulling out, like, sorry guys, I'm preheating my oven. They're already starting to pull out like processed foods from schools, which is great. I think it was Lunchables, I heard. All right, so I have it set to 300 to preheat, and I'm going to put this in here while it's preheating just to get it warmed up a little bit. And while we're getting this warmed up, we'll come back and we'll make our syrup that we're going to coat the cereal with. Okay, so we're back. So we have a saucepan here. What I want to do is combine all the ingredients for what our syrup coating is going to be for the cereal, and then we'll just pour it over the cereal when we get it out of the oven. So what I want to do is get maybe a teaspoon of cinnamon, and of course we're using Ceylon cinnamon. You can add a little more as needed. We're going to use some blue agave. And I think I want to try about 1/4 of a cup of this. Blue agave is good for diabetes as a sugar alternative. And then we're also going to use date syrup. I found this recipe in an unlikely place, a place that I normally would not pay attention to. And it was like a vegan Dr. Sebi group. Let me put this down because I feel like I need to really, let me take the top off. That might be even easier to do, to pour it. So I was looking for cereal recipes and what I could do. And the vegan Dr. Sebi recipe came up. And this is like the, they call it an alkaline cereal. But it is a healthier version. And this takes the place of molasses if you wanted to coat it, and then you have but they're both sweet. This is just going to give it a nice coating, the cereal, a nice coating. All right. So like I said, I'm going to put it on the stove and heat this up for a few minutes. And we'll be right back. Okay, so we got the cereal toasted out of the oven. I just want you guys to take a look at this syrup. Didn't that turn out great? And the way it coats the back of the spoon, you have to try this recipe. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cereal in this pot, mix it together, because it's a little toasty now. So I'm going to mix this in here together to make sure all the cereal gets coated, and then we'll put it back out on the pan and put it back in the oven for about maybe 10 to 12 minutes. So let me get my oven mitt, and hopefully I don't make too much of a mess here doing this. Let's do this. There we go. This parchment paper is a little bit finicky. There we go. You guys don't know how excited I am for this. You know, it's like you try to find something, you think you might find it in the store, and you don't. And I keep coming back to, I'm going to have to just try to figure out how to make it myself, which is not a bad thing to do as long as you can do it. Ooh, this is looking yummy. Let me show you guys what this is looking like. Beautiful, right? I like the color showing up on the camera, but it's really yeah. I don't know how long this cereal is going to last. I'm going to pace myself, but at least I know it's good stuff that's in it. All right, so we've mixed all of that in. Everything is beautifully coated. Probably could have did another cup of this cereal, but it's good for a first time because this is the first time I'm making it. And we are trying this together. All right, let me move the spoon. I truly think that your kids would enjoy it. Now, by itself, I'm gonna be totally transparent. By itself, the date syrup tastes a little like prunes, a little prune juice like. But once you mix it up with this agave and the cinnamon and all that, man, you don't taste it, but it does a really beautiful job in getting the cereal coated and giving it this really nice color too. All right, so I'm trying to spread this out as much as possible so when I put it back in the oven, it doesn't bake in clumps. But that's okay, because if it does, for the clumps that is here that I can't get out, you can just break it apart, for lack of a better word, when it comes out of the oven. But I'm just, since I got the full use of this pan, I'm trying to just try to give it a nice spread. Okay, so I think that's good to go. More cereal here on my paddle, my spatula, excuse me, that I just want to put down here. I'm using self-control, you guys. I'm not sampling, although I'd like to. All right, so we're going to take, we're going to take this and put it in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes, and I will come back when we are ready to put it in our jar. Okay. All right. I think this looks absolutely delicious. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to let it cool, and once it does, then we'll put it in the mason jar, and we made cereal, you guys. Really excited about that. And oh my gosh, it smells so good. I can't wait to dig into it. So I kind of did a little tweaking to the syrup. I just added like 2 tablespoons of raw honey and a tablespoon of grass-fed butter, unsalted, and mixed it with the date syrup and the agave and the cinnamon. And it made for a really nice coating. So this is another recipe to have. I think if you have kids that like cereal and you're looking for a healthier alternative, I fully encourage you to make this. If they have any lactose issues, you can omit the butter. You can omit the honey if you want to. The agave and the date syrup, when you mix that together with the cinnamon, you don't taste that prunish taste anymore once you heat it up and make it all, like a cohesive syrup. It is really I think this will be a really good cereal to keep in your arsenal, to be quite honest. So let this cool. And we'll come back to put it in our container. All right, so it's been a few minutes, and okay, you got to work with it a little bit. We're going to try to just scoop. So it has a few clusters, but nothing too crazy. You know what's funny is growing up, we used to get the name brand cereals, but every once in a while when times got a little tight, we'd get the cereal in the bag. For some reason, the cereal in the bag never tasted the same as the cereal in the box. And you could always tell the difference when, your parents slid you a bowl of that cereal and you're like, this is bag cereal. This is not box cereal. But I'm going to tell you what. There's a crunch, but it's really well coated, and putting it in the oven just really binds that stuff together. This tastes better than the box and the bag. This tastes better than store-bought, period. And maybe you can play around with it too. Cinnamon, Ceylon cinnamon has health properties. But, if you like nutmeg or, it is the holidays, other flavoring seasonings. The only thing I didn't do was add some vanilla extract. That probably would be good to the syrup, to add a little vanilla extract. So I'm going to put that in the ingredients as optional too. But like I said, play around with it. All right. I need my canning funnel. 1 second. All right. We got the canning funnel. Let's get this stuff in the jar. wonder if I can. Whoa. Let me see if I can do it this way. There we go. Look at that. Okay, I think we're pretty much full. So that's you could probably even add your own nuts or whatever to it too, if you're like a fan of almond slivers, or just throwing out options here because it's really okay. All right, you guys, here we go. Homemade honey smacks. Please let me know if you try it, if you like it, because I think you will. And yeah, maybe I'll do something else. Like maybe I'll try granola or something like that if you guys want to see that. But yeah, this will not last a week. Okay, this might not last, for the next couple of days. We'll see. But yeah, please try this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you, and I'll see you again soon. Goodbye.